Afternoon, Superintendent, board members, and senior staff. Notice I did not say good afternoon. AALA school-based administrators are tired of being sitting ducks, as many of them are telling me. In general, students are blatantly ignoring and disrespecting school personnel. More and more students are bringing dangerous, illegal, and lethal paraphernalia to schools. Parents and guardians are disrespecting administrators in front of the students and at alarming rates. Moreover, parents overall have become less vigilant and not monitoring students and their belongings when leaving home. Since the resolution to defund school police was passed, I knew it was only a matter of time before our members, my members, were negatively impacted. It is shameful and a travesty. One of our principals was violently assaulted by a parent in broad daylight on the very campus you have vowed to protect. To make matters worse, one of our assistant principals was brutally assaulted by a student. Board Member Ortiz, here is a clear example where restorative justice failed miserably. 2 rounds of restorative circle time were had with the student in question. Nonetheless, the student's fixation to attack the administrator was greater than the elusive restorative practice in this case. These are true and verifiable truths from the crypt, unlike the fictional fantasies of school police brutality told to you by paid and professional outside organizations, brainwashing susceptible and impressionable youngsters. I challenge you to ask for names of school police officers that have allegedly violated the civil rights of students. The reality is neither the student or the organization will ever name an officer because they know there are consequences for slander and libel. Please be more judicious of the boisterous and disrespectful students that come before you with prepared statements, professional money-making adults with no educational background. Remember to keep in mind, no one is never named in these outlandish stories, nor will they be because you are being told fabrications. In the meantime, AALA members are experiencing acts of violence like never before. Schools are being burglarized and vandalized. And according to the news, 45 district buses in a single yard had their catalytic converters stolen. The revenue being lost and the harm to school communities given the lack of after-hours patrolling on evenings, weekends, and holidays is adding up quickly. The theft and vandalism are on the rise because of your direct actions undermining adequate safety and supervision. Moreover, our members cannot be subjected to receiving calls from the watch commander in the middle of the night because an alarm has been triggered or because the bells are ringing. I think we can all agree it is not safe during the day in some of the communities we serve, and much less in the middle of the night. Please, our administrators and school communities want and need safe school communities, both indoors and outdoors. And remember, the board and then Superintendent Buettner ignored the task force results and recommendations that the voices, and they silenced the voices of students, staff, and parents. It appears the former and celebrated Chief Ramirez was silenced by senior leaders. Former Chief Ramirez seemed to never appear before you or at any of her departmental roll calls. Ironically, she was known to speak at paid events outside of the district, touting the wonderful things happening in LAUSD. Meanwhile, no one has been telling the stories of the hundreds, if not thousands of students and employees being physically and emotionally hurt, verbally harassed, and mugged in and around our schools. What is it going to take to stop enabling those outside groups coming here and yelling at whoever listens? 2 of your colleagues continue cheering, co-directing, and enabling this false narrative as evidenced this past Tuesday at Mann Middle School. No, this behavior was disrespectful and hurtful to our members. I understand we work at the pleasure of the board, but the way some of your colleagues behave sent a clear message of not caring for students, staff, and district assets. Our district and staff deserve to be safe and the authority to select the safety model that will best meet the needs of their school communities. Safety matters. It's important, and it is not happening right now around the district. Please listen, board members, since you set policy. You need to revisit and fix what was wrongly done in 2020. Do not fall victim to the actions of the board in 2020 when the voice and input of families and staff was ignored. On a similar vote, listen and honor the 71% of parents and most of your labor partners supporting a 1-week Thanksgiving break and a 3-week winter break for the next 3 years. Do not ignore it. Do not put it aside. Accept it. Respect it. AALA members have kept the schoolhouse doors open despite natural disasters, bomb threats, and work stoppages. It is no secret not all labor partners have been there all the time. And while it is important, we all work together, some of our labor partners have gone astray of their core mission of teaching, reading, numeracy, and critical thinking under the guise of social justice when it is not. I welcome the opportunity to continue these tough conversations publicly and in formal meetings. Lastly, I challenge you to regularly have Chief Zipperman present to you here and at the Committee of the Whole to foster transparency, openness, and a two-sided dialogue. I am also requesting an analysis of 2020 ISTARS and service calls by board district and local or / district or region be shared with me and the public. I think an interesting, daunting data picture will arise. The public deserves to know this important data to counter the rosy social media posts we often see. Thank you.